Hello and welcome to day 16 of Supercharge Your Self-Care. And by now you should be floating on clouds because of all these wonderful things that you're doing for yourself. And I really believe that it's so important to take time and prioritize ourselves, because the better we feel, the better people around us feel. So day 16, and I'm getting deep now, but I want you to start noticing your thoughts. Now, this is what I teach in my mindfulness classes and my clients. And it is not something that comes very naturally to us. But it is the most profound thing that you can do for yourself, especially when you're prone to negative thinking, prone to rumination, worrying, feeling anxious about things that happened in the past or may happen in the future, and catastrophizing things that hasn't even happened yet, because that is generally our stress these days. You know, we don't have immediate danger. We're not in immediate danger in our day-to-day lives. We don't have to worry about lions chasing us or, you know, running away from burglars. So we create a lot of stress and tension and anxiety for ourselves by the thoughts that we think. So before, I'm not going to go deep into, you know, the mindfulness practice, but if this is something that you are able to do, it will really make a massive change to how you look at yourself, your situation, your environment, and your day-to-day reactions, especially during this phase of life where there's so many things happening and so many changes happening that it may be that you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't even want to look at yourself in the mirror, and you think, oh my God, look at me. I'm so old. I look so ugly. I'm so fat. I'll never get a new partner. And, you know, just this onslaught of thoughts that goes through our mind all the time. And, you know, the more we focus on that, the more of that there will be. So with the same energy, you can change those thoughts as well and start looking at the future with a much more brighter, sunnier disposition. But before we get to that, is just notice what happens in your mind when you've eaten too much, when you're buying new clothes that doesn't fit, when you get a hot flush in the middle of a meeting, or you forget your words mid-sentence speaking to an important client, or when you've snapped at your kids, or you're being mean to your husband because you're so irritated. I laugh because it happens to me too. But instead of beating yourself up, just noticing what has happened. And that is really the first step of waking up to your inner world and your inner workings of your mind, is just noticing that, I've just been really mean, but that's not really me. That's not me. That's not who I am. And you have a choice then on how to respond to that. Now, you can continue beating yourself up, which is not very useful, but you can also choose to be compassionate and be kind to yourself. And yeah, I mean, maybe putting your hand on your heart and saying something like, you know, I'm having a tough day and I'm not feeling well. My hormones are all over the place. I haven't slept. It's okay. So just noticing especially when you're being mean to yourself, and when those inner voices, and people have different name for us, the little body bitch, or the little inner gremlin, or our demons, or the monster by the door. There's so many ways of describing that, but there is this part of us that tends to beat us up, and noticing that is the first step to healing your relationship with yourself, with your body, with food, with this menopause phase, that it's not your fault, and there are ways to deal with it in a much kinder and more compassionate way. So I'm encouraging you today to just notice that and write it down. And it's like exercising a muscle. The more you notice it, the more you become aware of it, you write it down, the more accustomed to it you become, the better you can deal with it, and actually push it to the side and go, I'm not going to be hooked by that now, because I've got bigger, better, more amazing things to do with my life than be sucked in by that kind of chit chat, which is just dragging me down. So go and do that. And I'd love to hear any ahas you get from that, maybe noticing how that little inner voice is talking to you on a daily basis. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.